John DeJacomo here, JohnDeJacomo.com. We'll be talking about Bible prophecy as we usually do. And today we're going to get into the 1,000-year reign of Jesus Christ. I believe that Revelation chapter 20 clearly states that Jesus Christ, after his return and his second coming, will usher in a 1,000-year reign on earth, and he'll rule from Jerusalem. And he'll rule with a rod of iron, and all the nations must obey him, and it will be his rulership, his system, and I look forward to that day, the coming 1,000-year reign. It's called millennialism, but unfortunately, not everybody is on that agenda of a 1,000-year reign of Jesus Christ. And how you interpret Bible prophecy can actually alter your destiny. If you don't interpret Bible prophecy the correct way, or if it's not taught correctly in your church or the minister that you listen to, it could deceive you and lead you down a path that's not correct. Remember that Jesus warned us of great deception in the last days and a great departure from truth and apostasy. Inside the church world, there will be a biblical departure from truth. So as I stated, I believe in a 1,000-year reign of Jesus Christ as he returns from his second coming to the Mount of Olives. He will rule and reign from Jerusalem for 1,000 years, as stated in Revelation chapter 20. And I believe that to be a strong truth of God. But unfortunately, many people believe in other interpretations of Scripture. One interpretation is amillennialism, which simply means that there is no millennium at all. There is no 1,000-year reign. Contrary to what is taught in Revelation chapter 20, they actually spiritualize everything. All the Scriptures, the New Testament, everything is just spiritualized. There's no literal interpretation. It's just no reign whatsoever. And this interpretation of Bible Scripture can lead to a lot of problems. In past videos I talked about kingdom theology and a so-called Christian takeover, dominionism. How the so-called Christians are going to take over the whole world and take over Hollywood and entertainment and the economy and what have you. And I believe that it's not found in Scripture, but found in a misinterpretation of Scripture. So how you interpret Scripture is very, very important. And it's not open to private interpretation, Scripture. Amillennialism, which means there's no millennial reign and no 1,000-year reign, believes that Satan is actually bound in the abyss right now. It actually believes that the church is ruling in place of Jesus Christ right now, and that all promises to Israel are gone. That's basically replacement theology. You see how all these various theologies seem to work together, that the Christians are taking over and kind of leaving Jesus Christ out of the whole thing. It's the church world that takes over and not Jesus. They believe that all promises to Israel are gone and that Bible prophecy was already fulfilled by 70 AD. Did you just get that? Friends, most of the false interpretations of Bible prophecy believe falsely that Bible prophecy was already fulfilled in the year 70 AD. In other words, there's no more Bible prophecy. The Antichrist already was here. The false prophet was already here. There's no coming 1,000-year reign. They believe the church world's going to take over and rule and reign over this world. That sets a deception, as I stated in earlier videos, that the coming one world religion will be falsely believed and perceived to be the reign of Jesus Christ. And that the reign of Antichrist and the false prophet will falsely believe to be the reign of Jesus and the prophet. And the false prophet they'll think is a true prophet. So we have to be very careful of our interpretation of Scripture. The foundation of preterism, which is a very strong belief nowadays, is that all literal Bible prophecy has been fulfilled by 70 AD. They believe that the literal reign of Jesus Christ will not happen. It's not literal. They believe that evil is reduced to a minimum. What garbage that is, friends. All you have to do is look around the world today and see that evil is not being reduced. It's increasing each and every day. As you look around the world, it seems to increase. And it's going to continue to do so. Well, right away, I throw amillennialism and preterism out the window. Because if they're teaching that evil is being reduced, they're not looking at the world around them. They're not understanding that it's actually increasing in these last days. So we have to be very, very careful. They believe in a gradual Christianization of the world. And they believe that the Bible has no future promises to Israel. In fact, preterism actually helps the Catholic defense. In other words, the woman who rides the beast, the coming false religious system of Revelation 17, preterism actually helps the cause of the woman who rides the beast. In other words, it's opening the road to deception. People who believe in preterism and amillennialism are more apt to easily believe that the coming one world religion is of God, to believe in the Antichrist as the Messiah, and to believe that the false prophet is actually a good prophet. Friends, we've got to be very careful in these last days, our interpretation of Scripture. If we interpret it wrongly, it could lead us down the wrong path. Friends, Jesus warned us it's an age of deception. We've got thousands of ministries out there actually believing in a Christian takeover. And we got some well-known ministries who actually believe in dominionism and kingdom theology. They believe that we're going to take over the world before Jesus Christ comes. Friends, this is false theology. These are doctrines of devils. These are seducing spirits leading us astray in the last days if we don't pay strict attention to Bible, prophecy, and Scripture. So I warn you to stay clear of preterism. Bible prophecy, much of it has yet to be fulfilled, and it's going to be fulfilled over the next coming decades. So stay away from these beliefs of preterism and amillennialism. There is going to be a 1,000-year reign of Jesus Christ. But first, we're going to have the reign of Antichrist and the false prophet. And we're going to see a departure from truth and apostasy inside the church world. Friends, this is John DeJacomo, johndejacomo.com. Stay tuned for some more exciting messages.